Hey y'all, it's me, Shea Butterlove, popping in on this beautiful day. I hope that everyone has been doing well. I wanted to come in and get started on part two of the anxiety series that I'm going to be doing. The first one got some positive feedback. I am looking for people that need information, that need to know they're not alone, that need to know that they are supported, that need to know that this is real. So, if you notice, my camera's clearer. I got a better camera. I got a better phone. So, I hope you guys can see that clarity there. If you are new to my channel, I want to say welcome. I want to say thank you. I want to say I hope that you enjoy all that is presented before you today. If you feel like it's informative and it can help someone you know, please share it. If you like the information that has been given to you and you watch other videos and you seem to be connecting, please comment. Please engage in dialogue. That is all welcome here. Hit that notification bell and please like my page. Thumbs up the video, like the video if you are truly connecting with it or you've seen the benefit. So my name is Shea Butterlove and I am in beautiful San Diego this time. I like to do my videos outdoors. Outdoors is a therapy for me. It is a form of a security blanket. I like to be outside. And I think that that is a great way to start off this video, talking about the benefit of being in nature in relation to anxiety and stress. So if you're a person that is extremely anxious, if you have a dog or a pet that is extremely anxious, sometimes being out in nature can benefit that type of energy, you know, in order to kind of like soothe or calm what is going on down a little bit. So I wanted to cover some other things because I actually had some more information that I wanted to do in the first video. By the time I ended it and posted it, I was like, oh, I forgot to say so many different things. But I wanted to talk about these triggers. And I want to talk about some of the things that trigger me when it comes to just feeling a little bit thrown off or being anxious. And one of the things that could be a trigger is not getting enough rest. I'm not talking about like missing sleep one day. I'm talking about consecutive days of like not getting proper sleep, not sitting down, not getting proper rest. That can be a trigger for anxiety. That can also push you into a full-blown panic attack if you are dealing with various other ailments that contribute to your anxiety, if you have other things triggering you as well. So one of the ways that you can kind of work with that is by just making sure you're getting whatever hours needed for your body. I don't like to say get 8 hours of sleep. 8 hours of sleep does not work for everybody. Some people need 10 hours. Some people need 6 hours. Some people need to take a nap and get 6 hours. So whatever your need for rest is, pay attention to your body and the answer will be there. Like for me, today I'm a little tired because I had a late night, so I probably will lay down and take me an hour and a half nap to just give me a boost of energy. That works for me. In relation to resting, sometimes it's not necessarily sleeping or napping, it's just literally slowing down and laying down and cutting back on that stimulation, like not laying down on your phone or laying down doing things, but just literally laying in the silent. You will be surprised at how much that could relax your mind, your body, give your psyche a little bit of alleviated pressure. That's one of the things that you could do for that. So when you're outside, you know, depending on your region that you're living in, because obviously right now being outside in like Vegas at this time of day is not going to be relaxing because it's super hot. So if you're in a coastal place like me, I'm on the West Coast, it's normally a very good weather. So I spiritually resonate with this type of weather. Today it's a little gloomy, as you can see, but we do have some sun peeking through. And this is very pleasant for me. Like I feel very good outside right now. So talking about anxiety as well, I will say another thing that could trigger anxiety that we didn't talk about in part one is being in a toxic relationship, being in an argumentative relationship, being in a volatile relationship with a significant other, a household in general. Sometimes this can be your children, adult children, teenage children. This could be a roommate situation. This could be friends. Having relationships that are hella argumentative, hella toxic, that are like, just on 10 all the time for no apparent reason. Just always in a position where it's like looking for some fight energy, and that alone can trigger your anxiety. If you're a person that is anxious or you suffer from anxiety, I would say find ways to remove yourselves from these type of situations. If you are in a situation and you're a young person and you cannot control where you live at the moment, you want to start planning for your future, because you cannot thrive in a place that is like feeding you this type of energy. So that's something to think about. I will also say, in regards to that, if you are the person that is the argumentative party, the person that is causing trouble, you can be a detriment to your own self. So what this channel is also about is about accountability. That's what these videos are about. So us talking about anxiety today is giving you a space where you can have some level of accountability within and say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with, and this is what is going on. How can I work with my situation on a level that is going to make sense for my healing, for me to be my best version of my best self? I'm a person that heals from circumstances pretty easily compared to other people because I have a high level of accountability. I'm very honest with myself. Whether I'm honest with anybody outside of myself means nothing until I am honest with me. So that's what we're doing now, as far as when we are building as a community in this dialogue, in this virtual world, in this social media domain, is just to be able to find our community, our tribe, and be able to connect to people in order to foster our own healing ourselves, So I want to say also too, for like dealing with anxiety, and it's not just for my page, but finding social media platforms that feed you in order to give you information and give you different things that can work for you, that maybe have worked for them, or that they studied and learned to work for people. I'm a person that likes to share information as I receive it based on my experience and knowledge. Experience is always going to trump knowledge for me, because experience is the actual action of doing, So another thing I wanted to talk about too, because when I watched that other video over and I was thinking about the other video and I said, damn, like what else did I miss? And I had these different things I was going to actually make a list. But for those of you that watch my videos, I like to do things off the cuff. I feel like it's very spiritual that way. I'm giving you guys a very authentic, raw version of my thoughts, my perspective, and my feelings. And that's the way we're going to go about these whole series. So you may hear something twice. You may hear something 3 times. But I feel like whatever it is that you receive, you were supposed to receive an ordinance that compares to what it is that Spirit is allowing me to transfer to you guys as a vessel on this planet, right? So one of the things that also is a great remedy for anxiety is doing things within the self-care realm that allow you to be pampered. This is very important. Sorry if you hear a lot of wind behind me, because it's a little bit breezy right now. Hopefully it does not disrupt the video. Massages, facials, getting your nails and your feet done, getting your hair done, getting acupuncture, getting acupressure, cupping, Reiki, meditation, yoga, Pilates, gym memberships. I can go on and on and on. Getting services that you allow yourself to take part in that do not allow you to do it for yourself per se, because we're going to do that anyway and that's going to help. But it's important to be pampered. If you have certain gym memberships, they have saunas, they have steam rooms, they have massage tables. If you have certain different connections to different apps on your phone, you can find these things on Booksy. You can find these things on Groupon. You can find these things on social media. So know your budget, know your lifestyle, know what you can do. If you're a person that is constantly eating out, you can afford to do these things. Cut back on your eating out. Simple. Better for your body anyway. So that was one suggestion that I meant to mention, because when we talk self-care, we always think like of things that we are only doing to ourselves, for ourselves, with our own hands. And it's deeper than that. Self-care is also being pampered. Getting your feet rubbed, going to a podiatrist, getting your feet worked on. If your person have issues with these things, if you know that you need certain things done for your body, doing these things, keeping up with yourself as a human so that you can maximize your time here and live in a space that allows you to be your most healthy. So another thing that I didn't discuss in part 1 that I wanted to discuss is the benefit of reading self-help books, the benefit of doing self-help journals, and the benefit of watching self-help videos such as this one that I'm posting right now. I think that especially when it comes to reading self-help books, this is something that I've always done in my 20s. Even beyond that, I will still read something that is, and I don't like to use the word self-help per se, but that's what it is. But it can just be any type of book that is giving you information that is allowing you to grow. And that can be in a financial sense, that can be in a spiritual sense, that can be in a mindful sense, that can be in a mental sense, that can be emotionally, that can be also in reference to physical, that can be anything. Reading is very important. Reading is good when it comes to allowing yourself to join into a connection with a person without a dialogue from them that is interrupting your thoughts and your words. You can do this at your own leisure. I'm also a person that believes in writing in books. Even if it's a book that's not meant to be written in, just taking highlighters and highlighting things so that you can go back as a point of reference and remember, like, oh my God, this did, strike a chord with me. And also sometimes even rereading books. I have a book that I read that I will say was very beneficial to me in my life. And it was Ayanla Van Zandt, One Day My Soul Opened Up. I actually have gifted this book to maybe 10 people in my life. And I believe that I've read that book about 4 times. And each time it came to me with a different message. Some of the things that came were very much so like just set in stone. And I remember reading them and they kind of stuck with me. But every time I read that book, there were different things that were able to assist me at that current moment with something that I was going through, to allow me to have just a little bit of clarity so that I'm not worrying and creating anxiety within my own mind and body. And so really what it's about is just taking the time to slow down. A lot of times people that suffer from great anxiety are in their heads like this, like this, like this, like this. 1,000-fold, 10-fold, and they don't really have the things that they need to have to sometimes just say, let's de-escalate this energy. Sometimes it's important to understimulate. We are in a state right now where we're always overstimulating. So when you have these reference tools such as a self-care journal, there is one that I will bring on next time I do my next video so I can physically show you. My cousin Tasha Rush actually created this self-care journal that is on Amazon, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I will come back and type it in the comments once I post the video, because I want you guys to have the name and I want you guys to have the author again, like the spelling, in case people are like, well, wait a minute, let me how is this Tasha spelled or whatever. But, and I'm not just saying this because she's my cousin, I'm saying this because the book was of a great benefit to me within the time frame that I needed it. I have not completed the book, but I'm about a little over halfway through it. And it is a really good reference tool for you to do your self-care, your healing, whatever you need to do in a very private space. Some people don't want to do all of this and share and all of that stuff, you know? So I wanted today's video to kind of touch bases on that. I have a few more things I'm going to cover in this part, and we're going to save some other stuff for part 3 because I'm going to do a series of videos. But I also wanted to talk about other triggers. So everybody has a fear. So it's very important that you know what your fears are, because sometimes a fear can trigger your anxiety. So I'm going to give some examples of what I mean. If you are a person that is afraid of dogs, if you are a person that is afraid of heights, if you are a person that is afraid of your children being lost, it is important for you to know what your fears are so that you can take the steps necessary in order to conquer these fears if you can. If you're at a place where you have not conquered these fears, there is no need for you to stress yourself out trying to face something you're not ready to face. If you know you are afraid of dogs, do not go over somebody's house that has numerous dogs running out throughout their house and they're not going to put them up for your comfort. That is going to trigger your anxiety. These are things that sometimes people don't even disclose to other people because they're afraid of being judged. You know, and this can go in various directions. This is not just about that. There are thousands of things that people are afraid of. Some people are afraid of drowning, so they avoid being in water. They avoid being in deep water. If this is an issue for you, do not hold it in while you make your trip going to Jamaica or going wherever with a group of people and you have not disclosed this to them, because then what's going to happen is you're going to get on your trip and people are going to be pushing you to do activities that you may not be comfortable with, and that's going to trigger your anxiety. So even with dealing with, you know, anxiety, stress, worry, panic attacks, it's very important for you to be honest with you in reference to what you can handle in your life and on your journey. That's what this is really all about. So it's not always an issue with necessarily sharing all information with all people, but whatever you choose to not share, that's your business. But you better be honest with yourself in that capacity. And if you share close proximities with people and spaces with people, you should very well share that with them as well, to whatever degree you're comfortable, so that it's a bridge that does not have to be burned because somebody didn't know or because something was not addressed. So that is going to be today's video. I knew what I wanted my time frame to be when I came on, and I wanted to close out with some words of wisdom, words of encouragement, and some free game. If you are a person that is dealing with this, please understand that people cannot read your mind. If you are ruining relationships based on your mental health because you don't know what's happening, because you're in your head and you're assuming this and you're taking things this way and you haven't disclosed as an adult with other adults what it is you're feeling. I mean, something as simple as, I don't know what I'm feeling, I need some space, I need to think, as opposed to just sabotaging relationships, you're going to be in for a rude awakening on your journey. This is literally some free game from somebody that has formed many great relationships and sustained these relationships just due to being myself and being honest with myself. Take some time to sit with yourself, get to know yourself, and draw up a list of things that cause your anxiety to rise, of triggers you have. You don't have to share this with anybody. And make sure you begin to work on these things little by little. We are not in a race. We are not in a rush. But the best thing you can do is be 100 with the people around you and be honest with the people around you. The worst thing you can do is play a victim, run, tuck your tail, sabotage relationships, and create issues that never existed due to you being in a space that is just completely fucked up. Nobody can read your mind. Nobody can read your heart. Nobody can read your mind. Nobody can read your heart. Only thing that we can do as people is allow ourselves to communicate these things so that we are able to better align with people that really care for us, and that we are better aligned within ourselves so that we can care for ourselves better. So I hope the video touched someone today. And I want to say, remember, whatever you do in this life, make sure you do it with love. Shea butter love, y'all. Peace out. Have a beautiful day.